Hi everybody, welcome to Teaspoon Retro. I'm your host Teaspoon, and today I have another Foodie Beauty video for you. Now this is a video of two halves, and it's of two halves because on the one hand it's going to be quite serious. It's Foodie discussing her plans, her appointment with her doctor, and I put the doctor in inverted commas, but you know, her tale anyway of her visit and how that went and how she's going to approach her issues with food going forward from here. And I'll sort of be talking about whether I think it's possible for Foodie to stay part of YouTube and make meaningful changes that will truly assist her in recovery. And then, because it's all been a bit serious, I'm going to close the video out with an absolutely I don't know if I should call it fabulous, but anyway, with a clip that is doing the rounds at the moment. I'm sure you've probably seen it on Twitter or from other reactors of Foodie's unexpected flatulence. Yes, and how it wakes up a baby in the apartment next door. Imagine that. Alright, so anyway, here we go guys. Let's strap in and get ready and let's go.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
Hi.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. So this is a video just providing you an update of, take my glasses off, they're fogging. I don't need them anyway since I'm not driving, but I like to look around and it's kind of blurry otherwise, but Salah is getting my medications topped up at the pharmacy, and I thought I would take this opportunity to just, you know, give you an update about seeing the doctor today. And yeah, so
before you begin this fantastical tale, Foodie, I just want to preface it with saying I don't believe you went to see a doctor.
Where do I even begin? I have a little bit left of my sugar-free flat white left. It's kind of cold. I got it before my appointment, but whatever. So it's been about 7 months or so since I've seen a doctor regarding my diabetes, had my A1C checked, and they usually recommend every 3 months.
Well, if it's recommended every 3 months, Chantal, why have you left it 7 months? I mean, it's not like you've been particularly busy at work or had other commitments. The only thing you're committed to is stuffing your face, sealing and sleeping. I'm sure a doctor would have started by asking, why is it 7 months? Why have you waited so long? But then again, they probably don't, because you're on a visitor visa after all, and you'll be returning home soon to the care of your GP, your doctor in Canada, if you had one. But that's what they're assuming, is that you're going to be going home. And they don't realise you've been squatting here for the past 2 years, do they? Please continue, Foodie. I'm sorry I interrupted you in your soliloquy.
So basically I had my weight checked and I'm right back up to, actually it's really weird because I'm 166 kgs.
That is one big pile of shit.
That seems like the curse number for me. I'm just gonna flat out admit, hands down, I have just been really struggling.
Chantal, you've not been struggling. You've sort of gone, oh, sod it. What do I want to be doing with losing weight anyway? Past the Hardee's, McDonald's, Santa Fe sauce, my precious, yes. So, you know, Foodie, in order to struggle at something, you have to have actually attempted to eat healthily to begin with. And simply put, there was no health arc. It was just kind of like, you know what, guys? I'm just going to eat whatever I want And I know I normally do that anyway, but I'm just going to continue doing what I want, you know. Yes. Because I like doing that, you see. Yes. Yes, just doing what I want, stuffing my face and sorting the consequences. I know.
So, yeah, so I got weighed. I had my A1C checked, and it's 10. It's back at 10. I think it was 10.
10. Really? Your A1C is 10. That would make it an average, I think, of around 13 mmol/L or MMOLL, however you want to put it. Foodie, you realise that 13 is extraordinarily high. An A1C of 10 is extraordinarily high. Now, if you'd seen a doctor and he'd seen those kind of figures, I doubt very much you'd be sitting in the car right now with your sugar-free Starbucks. You'd have probably shoved you straight into hospital, because with an A1C that high, they definitely should be doing more tests, more investigations to see what the state of is of the rest of your organs, the impact it's having on your kidneys, for example. You can see all the fluid retention, you can see it in your hands, in your face. I don't believe for 1 second a doctor looked at that A1C and went, yep, you're good to go. No, this is why I don't believe she went to a doctor. If she did go to a doctor, she must have gone to the same one that did bloody Julia's operation. And we all know how that turned out.
I did ask him about my face, because a lot of people were commenting, like, you know, ask him about your face, like your eyes. I don't know, people say my eyes are bulging out of my head, my face is droopy, my face is puffy, and the doctor literally just looked at me like I was mental and just completely dismissed what I said. Like, he didn't even really, like, acknowledge it.
No doctor, if you'd have described your symptoms to the doctor, would look at you in that way and dismiss you out of hand. Again, their blasé attitude towards the state of your health may have something to do with the fact that they believe that you'll be returning home and that you'll be seeking GP advice in your own country. I mean, just one look at you would be enough to trigger concern in a doctor. This doctor's visit didn't happen. If you're never going to be honest about the state of your health, then you simply can't move forward. Suffice to say, there is no doctor that would ever dismiss out of hand a patient's symptoms when described to them, especially when one walks into their clinic looking like you do, Chantal, because with A1C levels that high, there most certainly is damage occurring to your organs, your kidneys, your eyesight. You know, that thing that you keep going, oh, my eyesight's fine. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm not Mr. Magoo? Who's here anyway? I'm fine. I can see perfectly well. And what's that? What's that over there? I don't know what that is over there. Boom, 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 boom. Whoops. Just gone over another speed bump. At least I think it was a speed bump. I don't really know. Oh well. I'm not going to worry about it. Heck, it's only my eyesight. Why bother?
And Salah kind of gave me a dirty look, like, why are you even asking these stupid things?
We're getting into so many hypotheticals here. The hypothetical being that you went and saw a doctor, and that, I don't know if this doctor spoke English. Maybe Salah was relaying questions for you. If that's the case, then his very reaction of giving you a dirty look might clue you in and indicate that maybe he didn't even ask the doctor that question, assuming the doctor doesn't speak English. But we'll assume he speaks English. Again, Salah's reaction to this is extremely telling of the state of your so-called relationship. It says so much. I mean, like his absence, which was notable on Valentine's night when you went live about 3 times. You were clearly on your own, and you were clearly miserable. You know, Salah's in the red room, or with that new girlfriend he's got that sent you that email. You know, whichever it seems to be. The fact that he gives you a dirty look upon you asking a question, like I say, is extremely telling. Says a lot about him. It says he's bloody done. He's had enough. He can't take it anymore. At one point, while your views were still good, he was willing to overlook your disgraceful habits. But as the money's declined, as he suffered numerous embarrassments at your very own hands, he has weighed it up and thought, I'm not getting anywhere here. And he's maybe come to the conclusion that you cannot sponsor him to come to Canada in any case. So all his efforts have been in vain. And what has he got to show for it?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, a slightly better apartment than what he was in before. Maybe a slightly better vehicle. Although that is entirely debatable. Well, extremely debatable. I don't know many cars that are banned from roads around the world and come with safety and come with fire extinguishers because they have such an appalling safety record. It's not really something you look for, is it, on a car, when you're buying a car? Oh, let's see. Oh, that's quite swish. It's got satellite navigation. It's got heated seats. Oh, very nice. Leather look. Oh, halfway decent stereo system. Electric windows, power assisted steering, fire extinguisher. What? Fire extinguisher? The poor Temu car has been battered as it's gone flying over speed bump after speed bump after speed bump. The suspension is knackered. It smells of old food, farts, blue cheese, barracuda. And that's just some of the more pleasant smells. There's probably stains all over the seat. There's grease marks all over the steering wheel and the door handles and everywhere Foodie's little mitts have been touching. And I think he's looking at it this stage and thinking, no, I can't do this anymore. And you can't really blame him. Even scammers have their limits, it seems.
So yeah, so y'all can stop about the I'm having a stroke, whatever you think, you know, that I'm dying. I mean, you know, like, I'm not healthy, but, you know, I think people are just really dramatic.
Really?
Yeah, really dramatic, like over the top. Okay, I know my health conditions are serious. I'm not here to downplay them. I'm not here to, you know, make belief that they're not.
You just did downplay them. You just did dismiss them out of hand. It's exactly what you've just done. Oh, you guys, stop bothering me about my blooming eyes and my swollen face. Doctor thinks I'm crazy. No, stop talking about it. I'm not bothered, okay? How can you not be bothered? How can anyone not be bothered?
Yeah, this, I feel like I'm all over the place. This appointment was more for my diabetes checkup, but also to talk to a doctor about trying something new to help me lose weight. Here's the part where you're going to be probably a bit disappointed, but I cannot really, I don't want to talk about it right now or, you know, reveal what it is. I don't want to do that basically until I've done it consistently for a good week, okay? And after that week, I will let you know everything, like, in detail, okay? But I wanted to get some help with that in particular.
I have a theory that Foodie's probably been told a keto diet is necessary. certainly a very low carb diet. The one thing Foodie would fear above absolutely everything: a diet in which you have to limit, severely restrict, I should say, or even eliminate your carbs such as pasta, bread, potatoes, that kind of thing. Because you're going to feel so boxed in and so restricted with what you can eat, I predict that you're going to go on another week-long fast food, well, like a farewell tour, I suppose. You know, just repeating what you've done the past week. Because offline, there is no one to hold you accountable to what you're eating. If you're not eating in front of the camera, nobody's knowing what you're eating. And so therefore, you are free to indulge in all of your vices. And following this week-long fast food party, you're going to return. And then saying, right, you guys, I've been on the keto thing and I found it so hard, guys. I mean, oh guys, you know, when you love fries and bread and cheese as much as I do, it's so hard, you guys. It is so hard. You know, and I just can't deal with it. And I've tried and it's not working, so I'm just gonna go back to doing what I was doing before. And the thing is, Foodie, and the big problem is you're almost instantly setting yourself up for failure, because you're already starting off in quite a negative mindset.
But I wanted to get some help with that in particular, because, you know, I definitely need it. And Kuwait has a lot of obesity specialist doctors. They have a lot of diet clinics and stuff like that. And there's a lot of different lifestyle change programs, you know, dietary wise, for people with diabetes, with obesity, because Kuwait has an obesity problem. And I think it's the Santa Fe sauce. Like, anyway, but I start a lot of things and I don't finish them. I quit them so fast on my channel, and I just don't want to disappoint people by getting them in my corner by starting something. And I also don't want to have all of the noise from all of the outside sources of you guys, because I, you know, like, no matter how much I try to tune out people's opinions and everything, like, I feel like you guys are on board with me with this a lot of the time, with my, you know, my life. You've been watching me for a long time. And
sorry, so what you're basically saying is that, you guys, you know, I don't want to blame you, but I am going to blame you, because it's all your fault. Because I bring this to the internet and you have an opinion, and I don't want you to have an opinion. I just want you to sit there entirely mute. You know, I don't want you to be telling me things I don't want to hear, okay? You should be telling me, good job, cutie. You're so brilliant and fantastic at everything. I'm not going to let you guys know anything that I'm doing, because, you know, it's your fault I'm in this position in the first place. And it's not anybody else's fault, Foodie, but yours.
I just really feel like I can't have that noise right now. So it's better that I keep it, like, you know, out of the public eye for now. I will share kind of like how I'm feeling, symptoms of, because I even sounds weird for me to say, but I'm going to go through a ton of fast food withdrawals. I'm going to go through a lot of withdrawals in general, from not having the food that I love. And it's going to be...
See, this is problematic, because something you just said right there, because I'm not going to be able to have the food I love. Foodie, what do you desire more? Do you want to enjoy an improved quality of life? Or would you rather just continue to eat and drift further towards oblivion? It's up to you.
It's going to be really hard. It's going to be mental, spiritual, physical detox from changing the way I used to eat to this new, you know, dietary plan. And I just wanted to come at the same time as, you know, getting a checkup on my diabetes, kind of have a fresh start idea of where I'm going, and so I can keep track of numbers when I'm doing this new lifestyle change. And I want to make sure that, the doctor's on board with that and okay. And I got, the go ahead, everything is okay. But I'll explain more of that, what this lifestyle change is, what this whole new thing is, okay, in 1 week. So yeah, Salal usually takes a long time in the pharmacy. It's usually pretty busy, or I don't know. But yeah, I'm right out of supplies. I don't need needles, but they always give me a box of needles. I have like 2 boxes already that I haven't finished, but all my meds like insulin and stuff like that. So
are you sure he's in the pharmacy, Foodie, and not in the red room getting a massage, one he probably enjoys? I also can't help but wonder, Foodie, that if you have so many needles left and not any insulin, whether you've been using the insulin as directed, or whether you've been taking more of it to try and balance out your spiralling blood sugars. At this point, Foodie, Salah's lack of interest is obvious. We don't really see him on camera anymore. Barely see him on camera anymore. If I recall, the last time we did see him on camera was Howie's memorial. Howie's completely exploitative memorial, I should say. Oh, rest in peace, Howie. So, he's absolutely done, Foodie, and it's obvious to absolutely everybody except you.
One other thing I want to say is that, and this is major for my channel, okay? It's freaking hot in here. Whew. One thing that's major, and that's, I'm not going to be eating on camera.
Sure, Jan.
Mukbangs are they're so easy, and they're just such easy content. You get to eat good food, you get to conversate, you get to talk about whatever. And
I might be wrong here, Foodie, but generally speaking, fast food isn't considered good food. So to sort of say, well, guys, I can't eat on camera because I can't eat all the rubbish that I want to eat, and I want to sit there with a greasy KFC and a McDonald's, and I don't want to be standing at the kitchen counter and making some meal, because that's not going to satisfy me. That's not what I want. I want burgers and fries and big pizzas dripping with cheese and Santa Fe sauce. And you keep saying how cheap it is, how cheap the food is in Kuwait. It's cheaper to buy it than it is to prepare it. Again, if you're preparing food yourself, you're controlling the portion size and you're controlling what's going in. Not lashings of butter and oil and cream, but something that's actually healthy for you, because you've got no idea whatsoever is going into those takeaway meals that you buy.
it's not gonna mix with my new thing I'm trying here. First of all, the things I'm going to be consuming are not going to be mukbang worthy, and it's going to kind of give away what I'm doing. And I don't want to just, no, I don't. I have to realize that I can't do both. You know, like I can't do both, especially right now at first. I can't focus my channel on food when I'm trying to change my lifestyle. So I know, you know, I'm going to lose some audience because a lot of people don't like the more serious content about my life. You know, a lot of people just like to come and chill, watch me eat food they can't eat.
And therein lies the problem, doesn't it? You've built your channel around eating food. So now your core audience is one that enjoys seeing you partaking in food that isn't good for you. The very thing that brings you in revenue is now something you can't do. So what are you going to do, Foodie? What comes next? Anime Sucks, for example, is one of your biggest donators, but he's donating with the idea of watching you eat. He's not going to pay for completely different content. That feeder money is going to be very, very hard to resist when you're sort of broke and you're sort of scraping to get by.
And now I'm one of those people that can't eat that food that I would eat in my mukbang. So I have to really, you know, I have to do it, guys. Like it's, you know, like it is gross for people to like talk about my death and stuff, but it is a reality in a way. Like, I'm not going to live a long life like this.
Something very familiar about all this.
I think of my husband, he's so young and he's a lot healthier than me. He should have a healthy wife, and he's really, really, really just like at his wit's end. Like, he's just so concerned about my health. Like, he can't, like, he's just so...
Forgive me for saying this, Foodie, but Salah does not strike me as a man who is in any way, shape or form concerned about your welfare. Everything in his behaviour suggests the exact opposite. I think it's why we're going to see at the end of the month, the end of March, that is, I should say, you will return to Canada. And you'll return to Canada on the pretense that you need treatment. You need that sort of inpatient treatment, and you can't get access to it in Kuwait, so naturally you need to return to Canada because that's got the system, the free system, that's best equipped to meet your needs. And I almost think that this might be one occasion when Salah does appear on camera, because it will be an opportunity to make content. For him to turn around and say to you, "Oh Foodie, I love you so much, but you know, you need to go home to Canada and you need to get well." And I think both of you will take advantage of the situation in that regard to produce some content, you know, oh, the two mismatched lovers who tried to overcome so much, but addiction was just too much for them to overcome. And reluctantly, Salah must let his love go. And then, once she's back in Canada, might be a couple of weeks of some half-hearted attempt to address her food issues. And then she'll just go, "Oh, you know, guys, it's just so hard. I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, there's so much food around here, and I love my McDonald's, and I love the Burger King, and it's just so wonderful, and I just can't resist, guys." And then it'll be back to how it was before. And the reason why I say they'd sort of take advantage of it from this aspect is that, in my mind, Chantal is not going to want to admit that her relationship with Salah has broken down. So she's going to use the excuse that she's not well, she can't get the help she needs in Kuwait, only specialised teams in Canada can do that for her, so that's why she'll go back. And that'll be the end of the Kuwait talk. That's my prediction. We'll see.
So worried about me. And I was thinking of all the pros. Like, I wrote them down, and I'm just going to keep looking at them every single time. Like, I want to get rid of that CPAP. It's starting to make noises. Like, I don't want to fork out like more money. I don't want him to fork out more money on another CPAP.
That's your single take home from all of this, Chantal. Your CPAP. Is that seriously your single takeaway from a supposed meeting with a doctor who has seen your physical condition and doubtlessly, if this meeting took place, informed you that you are in dire straits, that you're risking going blind, losing limbs, even losing life? But all of that goes straight over your head, and no, it's the CPAP.
Like, no, you know, I don't want to be wearing that anymore. I don't want to need that. There's a chance, you know, the doctor actually told me this, that there's a chance that some people have sleep apnea, like a lot of thin people too, but sometimes it's not reversible, but sometimes it is. If it was caused by obesity, but sometimes it's still not, it just depends. There's so many things. There's just so many pros. And the only con to all of this is just that I have to suffer for a short time. I just have to get through that initial miserable thing, and maybe I'll just always, I'll probably always struggle with this, you know, this addiction, and it's just always gonna, you know, be there. And I don't think that eating disorders and addictions fully go away. I think they're always there. I think they can be manageable with the right help, with the right system. And, you know, I think initially you gotta just push through that like detox period, you know. So that's all I want to say. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do for content. There's like a lot of things we could probably do here, you know. And once I start feeling better,
Yeah, absolutely. There is a lot of things you could do for content. You could take us around some of the malls. You could take us to all the various attractions around Kuwait. Non-food based ones. And no more petting zoos, animals please. Seeing them in those kind of conditions where it's incredibly sad. So nobody wants to see that. They want to see that about as much as they really want to see you stuffing your face. So no animals. No harassing the local wildlife. No harassing the local camels. No forcing yourself upon the various strays around Kuwait. Just produce content that isn't based around food. Take us to the beach. Take us to the souks. And open our eyes to what you claim is beautiful about Kuwait. That's the content that you can deliver.
I want to be like an inspiration. I don't want to be like a mess my whole life. I don't want to be known as somebody like, you know, people don't want to become like. I want to be like, you know, I want to just kind of inspire people in a way.
This is not for me to sound catty, but you've probably inspired more people than you know, Chantal. People have seen and watched you gain a good £100 in 2 years. They have seen your cognitive decline, your mobility decline, your health worsening in every conceivable way. For a lot of people, that has been an inspiration, a glimpse of a future that could become their reality if they didn't get a handle on their issues with food or drop some weight.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening to me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys. And this is always like this. It doesn't even come out. Okay. That's the doorknob. Now. There's no door but this little nut. So we shut it hard from the other side and it got jammed. It was her. It was her.
The cat's like, don't look at me. I had nothing to do with this shit. Ugh. She's trying to blame me as usual. Blooming rotten-arsed bugger. Not on. It's not on at all, I tell you. Keep blaming me for her excessive flatulence. It's absolutely disgraceful. Oh dear. It's not fair how I keep getting blamed.
Let's see it again in super slow motion.
Well, there we are, guys. That was the Shart, the fart, the Shart heard across the world. Yes, there have been reports that it's been heard in the UK, that it's been heard in Ireland, it's been heard in all 50 states of America, it's been heard in Canada, goodness gracious me, and it's been felt throughout the entirety of Kuwait. I think that Shart probably registered on the Richter scale somewhere, so don't be surprised if we see some messages coming out that people thought there was an earthquake. Oh, and it's Valentine's night too. Owner of a lonely Shart. Oh dear. I had to include that one for you. I mean, I had earphones in and I had to listen to it several times. Normal speed, half speed. Goodness gracious. Yes, I lost my appetite, I will admit. So, if I had to hear it, you guys have to hear it. Oh dear. I would say enjoy, but really it's only the sort of content that probably Salah would enjoy. I bet he's there later, isn't he? Sniffing the undergarments and everything. And she sat down on the seat too. Blimey neck. I mean, I'd have been going to the bathroom and having a check to see what on earth's going on. Well, we all know what's going on. Surprised you can't feel it running down her leg. Ooh. No. No, 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 no. Oh dear. Oh goodness gracious. Hang on, I need a moment. The most disturbing thing I find is that she's actually sat down on that chair after. She hasn't checked. She actually continues with this live stream for, probably about another 11 minutes, I would say. With that kind of incident having been recorded on live stream. Lovely. I would probably quit the live and quit the internet and never come back if an explosion of that proportions had been erupting from my rear end. Yes, definitely, for sure.
I'm sorry.
And there we have it, you know. Chantal, stuck with the mentality of an 8-year-old. You know, the kind of age you are when you find farts absolutely blooming hilarious. Sorry about that. You know, and normally farts stop being hilarious as you get older. Because you're actually mature, but obviously Chantal's still stuck at that grade 5 schooler. What would that be in the UK? I'm just trying to think. Yeah, year 5, year 6. You know, primary school. Yeah, stuck in there somewhere. Good grief, Chantal. Laughing, I mean, it's just... Oh well, Chantal will be messy. Because it's Chantal, after all. It's what we know her for.
I fart like a man. We're tired. I can't hold a man since the Indian food. I made you laugh. It sounded like my dad.
Chantal, there are people in your live chat who are actually sticking up vomit emojis. They're as sickened as the rest of us by your behaviour. I mean, obviously some people found it funny. I mean, yeah, you know. But no.
I can't wait for your exhale. Sorry, SB. Julia's here. You farted. You stink.
Julia's like, sort this, I'm off. Good grief, you should smell it in here. I mean, it stinks at the best of times. And now, oh, good grief. Oh, it's all cookie dough and blooming other things that are just all combined into one. Ugh. Oh, it stinks of blue cheese and barracuda in here at the best of times, but now, oh, somebody crack open a window, for goodness sake. Help. Oh, I wish I was back on the streets. It don't smell half as bad out there as it does in here, I tell you.
I suddenly don't have to pee as bad. So many came out to the chat after for a compilation.
No, Chantal, you don't need to pee as badly because you've just full on shat yourself on live stream. And probably there's a bit of that mixed in with it as well. Bit of pee, yep. That's why you don't need to go as much.
Oh, the baby's crying. Oh, I hope it didn't wake her up.
Seriously? Seriously? You woke up a baby next door with the force of your rear-ended eruption? You woke the baby up next door? Usually I've got lots of things to say, but right now I'm speechless. And that's a rare thing for me. It really is. Well, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching it. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what's the grossest thing you've seen Chantal do. And thank you again, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care, guys. Bye.